Hey everyone, Scissorin here. Now that you've seen the insane damage that the Chaosstormer puts out against the double walls, I'm going to walk you through the Atziri boss fights. I've had a few requests for this video and a Chaosstormer tutorial as well, so that'll be later in the video, but I'll start off with walking you through the boss fights, what to do, what not to do, and in general how to have an easy time of killing Atziri. So, as you can see, you start off by running down, hugging the edge. You want to do this, you don't spawn them both at the same time. Now, killing one before the others will trigger the Vaal Enrage, but you have enough damage to kill them while they're spawning, so don't worry about that. As soon as they're both in the spawning stage, you throw a Vaal Lightning Trap on both of them, and then a Firestorm Trap on the first one. You then use Vaal Haste and you pre-cast on the first one. As soon as that one spawns, you cast on the other one. Both should die before they have a chance to attack you. There are some instances where they will bug out and go instantly down, but as long as you have one lightning potion, you don't really need two. And you have the amethyst potion for leech, you should be fine on normal Atziri, even without the Purity of Lightning. If it's your first time, you can also wear a Sappho's frame for some added protection, but I found that just going full damage saved me every time on the valves, and I've never ever been in danger of dying. So when clearing the trash, I've generally been using increased AoE. You have so much damage that even though it like spaces out your damage, it makes clearing quite a bit better. And then for all the boss fights, you use Conc, which gives the fireballs a tiny area to drop down in and gives you insane damage. Now, you also need to make sure you're using Wither Totem for the boss fights. It helps you quite a lot and gives you, especially like the poison and chaos damage, a lot more damage. And as you can see here for the trio, you see that I put down the Wither Totem and then I activate Vaal Haste and I start pre-casting on the ranged boss before activating the fight. He basically instantly dies, and then I try to get the Whirlwinder to move away from me so I can try to kill the Dual Striker and make sure he's the second kill, and then I finish up with the Whirlwinder. I put down the Decoy Totem and try to get the Dual Striker to be on me like that. And the reason you want to kill it like Ranger Boss, Dual Striker, Whirlwinder is if you leave the Dual Strike for last, he gets a Thorns Reflect. It makes it easy to kill yourself even with the Chaos Rain. Even fully enraged, the Whirlwinder is like not very dangerous. Doesn't really do a lot. Make sure you have a remove to bleed potion for the fight and a immune to curses, because you have vulnerability on you and he can actually drop you pretty fast. Other than that, the damage isn't super spiky, so you're not going to get one shot most likely. Especially once you get up to like 6k health, I feel very safe on the trial fight. The amethyst potion helps a lot as well with leech. Now for the Atziri fight itself, I use 2 instant potions with bleed, a shock removal flask, and 2 rubies. At least one of the ruby flasks needs to have a bleed removal on it. I use a Sappho's frame shield that gives you higher max stress, and it helps you survive her lightning and fire attacks in case you get hit by them. I open up the fight by putting down a Wither Totem and pre-casting. Sometimes she instantly goes into the zombie stage, and sometimes she starts casting, which will make her go nearly instantly into the split phase. And the beauty of Chaos Rain is that you converted all of Firestorm's damage into Chaos, so you don't have to worry about the effect of the mirror, and you can base your entire fight around the bottom left corner. You won't really have to move a lot, and you can use Concavate the entire fight. You don't even need to switch it out for the zombie phase. And the damage is so big that every stage is a matter of seconds. It makes it a very safe fight. You don't have to worry about using up all your potions or incoming damage that much. Now, for the start of the split stage, you see that I put down a Wither Totem, a Vaal Lightning Trap that increases your damage by 50%, and 2 Firestorm Traps before pre-casting Firestorm. So once it spawns, it basically instantly dies. Near the end of my kills, I was calling in people as well to get the challenge kill, but the best way to do this is to log out when she's low after the last stage. This is actually what ended up getting my character killed. That was pretty much all of the Atziri kill. And I'm going to go through like gear and slots and stuff like that in the next part. And if you do have any questions, you can just drop by my channel at PC Child on Twitch. So stay tuned for gear and gems. Hey everyone. So let's walk through all the gear, all the gems, everything like that. In my last guide, I forgot to say what the bandits were, so I'm going to open up with that to make sure I don't forget. In normal, you help Oak, and then you kill everyone in both Cruel and Merciless. So you go Oak, skill point, skill point. Now, the beauty of the build is it converts every single fire damage to chaos damage. So you're using a Consuming Dark, the Infernal Mantle, and that's basically the core of your build. Another part that's important is make sure you don't have any flat added to cold or flat added to lightning, because that will not get converted to fire. Now, as I was saying, you also use the Sappho's Frame. You can use that for the Vaals. I found just using a damage one was the best, and then you use that for Atziri. For the trio as well, I ended up just going dual wield for more damage. All the rest of the gear is pretty much just stat, health, and resist gear. I found getting int was probably the hardest thing. Amulet, you can get like chaos damage. A little crit helps. When the actual Firestorm crits, it does so much damage, but the rest of your gear is generally random stuff. Now, the links you have is Firestorm, Void Manipulation, Spell Echo, Control Destruction, and Conc Effect. And the sixth link would be Portal Gem. Now, it would be added chaos damage. With 20Q, it's quite a big chunk of damage because quality on added chaos is increased chaos damage. And you're double stacking the build, so you're getting poison damage as well. That's basically what the Consuming Dark does as well. Your chaos damage poisons enemies, so you're double dipping your chaos damage, which is why even though your tooltip is very low, you get an insane amount of damage. Generally, increased duration is a really good thing for boss killing. Now, I've basically set this thing up just to kill Atziri. I'm particularly focused on maps. You'd probably not go for the second duration node. Like, duration isn't huge for mapping, but for boss kills, even doing like a 81 Conservatory Vaal was very easy with this. But in general, I've gone for like just maxing out the health. You can see that even though I didn't have super health and strength on my gear, I already have 6,000 health. You are quite close to a lot more health nodes if you want to go just pure Atziri farmer. I was starting to go more towards damage, and I was going to go up here. And that was sort of my idea to try to do Uber. You do need a 6 link for that though. You don't really get enough damage just with a 5 link. But this is a character that you can do fairly cheaply to do normal Atziri with. And you can make a lot of money, especially in a hardcore league farming Atziri. This league was particularly good for it because of the challenge kills. And you could sell those to people. Now, I was walking through my potions. I used 2 instant bleeds. The Atziri's Promise first gives you leech. It's amazing. Immunity to Shock Topaz Flask, and a immunity to Bleed, and immunity to Curses. That's all the 3 potions I found that I needed, so the only thing I do is I swap out like this, depending on the fight. Ink AoE for the trash, and then I was using Conc Effect for all of the boss fights. Sometimes I would use faster casting for clearing the trash, but once my damage got high enough, I found that just keeping Ink AoE worked like really well for that. Now, for leveling, I pretty much stuck to generally this build, and I didn't really change much. I went for just any health node while leveling and just using Bladefall. I found that Bladefall scaling is so insane anyway that you don't really need to, you don't really need any damage nodes. You just go whatever health nodes. I think I went down here first, give you some resist for normal. Down here, get blood magic, and then you can use the Lair Mind. You see quite a lot of damage, you don't need to reserve anything. Early on, you still might want to wait a little bit with it and keep Hatred in. It's up to you. I used Blood Magic pretty early on. Your jewels, you want chaos damage, damage over time, and damage. Stuff like that is very good. You can get some resists to help you out as well. Makes gearing a lot easier since you do want int on gear. Crit as well is very nice, especially makes your tooltip padding looks even better. But you can see like I have very little tooltip and you saw exactly how fast the bosses were dying. Method to Madness and Fatal Toxins, pretty much the last thing you take like when you're ready to do Atziri. Now the earliest you can do Atziri is 65. I waited till 73 and then I leveled to 88 just doing Atziri. I ended up dying because I wasn't really paying attention and I ended up getting hit by a spear and a flame blast at the same time. Now, just focusing, I would have been fine, but you know, that's what's going to get you killed in the end, not paying attention. Now, I think that was generally the entire character. If I've left something out or you have any questions, then come to my stream at PC Child on Twitch, or you can send me questions on YouTube or through the Path of Exile forums. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.